Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe. Now, I want to give you guys some insight. I like doing stuff like this. I was at the Ward-Kovalev 2 press conference here in the Bay Area where I'm at. This was in Oakland. And I want to give just my perspective on what went down. The videos are pretty much up. I got some exclusives. I talked to Peter Quillen. I talked to Andre Ward on a sidebar. Got that. All that will be coming. So hit that subscribe button and more coming. Just a lot of stuff coming, man. We working. But I want to give my perspective on what I seen. You guys seen the videos, and that wasn't me narrating or anything like that. And I gotta say, like, this is no Bay Area bias or whatever you guys want to leave in the comment section. I keep it a buck. I'm honest. And to me, Andre Ward and Team Ward, they won. In like, I read a lot about like General Patton and Sun Tzu and Art of War and like strategists, war strategists and stuff like that. I've read a lot. Like, one of my favorite books is 48 Laws of Power and things of that, like Robert Greene, things like that. And the Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, I think the Ward side came up in this particular one. Now, funny thing is, I actually didn't watch the New York presser because I knew I was going to be at the Oakland one. So, you know what I mean, I don't want to get bored with seeing the same thing over and over. I don't know what they talked about. So I read a couple headlines, seen people post videos, but I personally didn't just sit through and watch it because I was going to the presser and I was going to have to film it anyway. So I'd rather the stuff be fresh. So I don't know really what they discussed aside from a few captions and headlines like, oh, I want to punch him or this and that. So I don't know. I don't know what they discussed. But as far as the Oakland one, in that particular press stop, I thought Team Ward, they really got under the skin of Kovalev. Now, this is my opinion. You guys get mad or whatever, but I think what Kovalev's doing, he's coming into this bout in the wrong fashion. Take it for what it's worth. And he's coming in hot-headed. He's coming in with a lot of venom and vitriol and rage and angst, all this pent-up energy on losing. Now, the fight, I was there, November 19th. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. And I also believe that because when you're a great fighter, when you're a pound-for-pound top fighter, people forget that you're human. People hold you to a different standard. And we've seen it with Floyd Mayweather, and we've seen it with Andre Ward. We're used to them being in such dominant, kind of one-sided performances like Ward versus Dawson, Ward Carl Froch, Ward versus Edwin Rodriguez past like the first 3 rounds. I don't think anyone was winning because they were doing some real like wrestling, tussling stuff. But after that, Ward took off and was easily blasting Edwin Rodriguez, who came in overweight, his head back and jarring him back and stuff like that. So you get spoiled by that. And then when you see a very good fighter in Sergey Kovalev, who's not only the naturally bigger guy, more fights at light heavyweight, a power puncher, a guy with the great temperament for a champion, meaning he's not going to break, he's not going to wilt, he's not going to bend, you know what I mean? And he has a good resume. He fought Bernard Hopkins, Jean Pascal twice, Road Warrior. It shows you something that fighters are willing to travel on the road and knock you out. You know what I mean? Like Nathan Cleverly. So I don't have any problem with Kovalev. I think Kovalev's a very good fighter, but I do think he's coming into this fight with too much, I don't know if it's nervous energy or animosity because of the decision. Like Tupac said in Juice, man, get off that shit. Everything starts from now. That's a new chapter. You know what I mean? Ward signed, you have a date. You're about to start training camp. Who cares? I mean, not who cares, but put that into something more productive than like, pray to me, I'm your god, son of Kovalev. That type of stuff. Ward, I really feel like, and this is me talking, he didn't tell me this or anything like that. I just feel like that's probably what they expect. They expect you to childish insults and stuff. But the worst part about it for me is you can't be doing all of these things to no avail. Like Floyd Mayweather when he starts roasting you, like you look at some of Floyd's best trash talking moments, it worked. Point blank, period. It worked. I remember because I watched boxing. For example, Floyd Mayweather, he was trash talking Oscar De La Hoya. Go watch the press conference. Floyd Mayweather brought a chicken, and he's like, oh, this Oscar right here, he a golden boy. I know he want to say fuck, shit, damn, but he can't because he got to worry about this squeaky cookie cutter image. But I say what I want. Fuck Oscar. Oscar, you a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? He's just talking mad shit about Oscar. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to get up and go run right now because Oscar's a bitch. He was just easy work. Oscar, I'm going to make you call me pretty. I'm going to make you respect me. He was talking crazy to Oscar. And you see at the press conference, Oscar De La Hoya, he looks like so frustrated, and it looked like he had his hands maybe like in a praying type of posture, and he's just like, oh my gosh, this, and it looked like he wanted to just cuss Floyd out because Floyd might have been right, like, because he had an image to uphold at that time. This was before all the, like, you know what I mean, the alcohol things and the fishnet and all that. So he was a golden boy, you know what I mean? He's the squeaky clean. People didn't know like about his personal demons or nothing like that at the time. And Floyd was talking to him, talking down on him, and I know it was frustrating Oscar. I know, because you could see body language. But the stuff Kovalev is doing, I don't see that. You know what I mean? Floyd did the same thing to Shane Mosley. He's like talking to his daughter. It's okay, baby. It ain't our fault. Shane Mosley got a fake nose. He missed a potato head. Like, you know what I mean? He's talking all this shit about Shane Mosley got a fake nose, and you could tell Shane Mosley, even in the 24/7, go watch it back. I study. I'm a student of this game. I watch it back. Shane Mosley looked kind of annoyed and bothered, and when he was at the press conference or whatever with Floyd, they start pushing each other. You know what I'm saying? But Kovalev, all the stuff you doing, all the stuff he's doing, it doesn't seem to be making Ward act uncharacteristically. So you might want to dead that. That's just me. But I mean, to each his own. Keep doing it. If that's pretty or God, that's okay. I mean, at first it was, to me, I thought that the SOJ was funny. I thought that was clever. But now it's like a comedian abusing the same joke. You know what I mean? Like, okay, SOJ, like, it was cool, but you're using it every second and making a million memes. Go to his page right now. He has a picture of Andre Ward. Somebody made like Andre Ward video graphic, and you know, with the cutouts over their head, and he's driving a car, like running away, and then Kovalev's character jumps through the window and kicks him. I mean, like I said, it's cool. I think all this will benefit the actual fight, and it'll also help it do better pay-per-view numbers. So I'm not complaining from that perspective. I don't care. Kovalev can say whatever he wants. He's a grown-ass man. But for me, I just think for the art of war's sake, it's not really doing nothing. You're not really, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting under the skin, and you're not getting the results you want. Like, if you try a diet and you're eating foods that you don't really like, and you're working out and you see no results, you're gonna keep doing that diet? That's all I'm saying. But again, to each his own. Kovalev can keep doing it. We'll see what he does at the press stop. But I like the way Team Ward, from Virgil Hunter to Jay Prince to Andre Ward, when they got on the podium at this stop. Again, I didn't watch the New York stop, and I'll probably watch the Los Angeles stop since I've covered one, and it was a good one. I thought it was a good, fun press conference. This already, to me, has better promotion because there's controversy sells, and there's a little bit of controversy. So I really am looking forward to this particular fight, and I just think Ward's team won the first battle. Jay Prince got on the mic, and he was like, yeah, you don't want to do that. This is what they call town business, and you don't want to do that out here, so you best to keep this in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? Those are little subtle, like, I don't know if you guys really just Google Jay Prince. You know what I mean? Just Google stories about Jay Prince. I'll leave it at that. But he's a boss, and people know, certain people, their words mean something, and people, they don't have to do a bunch of hooting and hollering, and their reputation will precede them. People know what it is, and that's all I'm gonna say about Jay Prince. So taking little shots like that. Virgil Hunter, another person where it's like he's so mild-mannered with it and calm, that euphoria makes his insult more, to me, more emphatic, because it's like Ward's team are like the silent but deadly killers. Like, they're not getting out, oh, Kovalev, go on. It's not like a bunch of WrestleMania and screaming, but they're taking little snarky, sneaky jabs. And I study psychology. I took some college classes. That was one of my favorite subjects to learn about. And in terms of the art of war, they're winning the psychological battle, in my opinion. You guys, oh, Kovalev won, but you can say all these crazy comments. My honest opinion, I think they're winning the psychological battle because they're planting little seeds, like here, dropping one here, little time bombs, ticking time bombs, and then you set that and you wait from now until June 17th, and you wait for it to explode and detonate. For example, Virgil Hunter's like, and another thing is Kovalev's coach, John David Jackson. I don't think we'll be seeing him. And he's not going to be here. And then Kathy Duva had to like, no, you weren't in New York though. Like, you know what I mean? People were wondering, where's Kovalev's coach? And he's like, he's basically, that was a real, you got to watch the videos I put up. But I think that was a real subtle slight where he's like basically saying somebody has to be the fall guy. And John David Jackson, you got to blame somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I seen it. And then he's talking about basically you can't expect to beat an elite level fighter like Andre. He's like a big cat. He doesn't drink, but he'll pants her. You know what I mean? You know how Virgil be talking. And he's basically saying that you're going up against a guy who's experienced 12 rounds with you, and he's clean. He lives a clean lifestyle, doesn't like balloon up year round, and you're out here drinking alcohol. You're drinking too much vodka. You know what I mean? Saying stuff like that. So very deceptive and subtle. And I think for this fight, especially when you have a person who's doing the opposite, I think they're winning that battle. Same thing, Andre Ward got to the podium. He said, okay, you could beat me, you could knock me out. I'm nothing, I ain't shit, basically. And you're doing a bunch of talking, though. All these memes and social media and this and that and rah, rah, rah. He said, at the end of the day, who are you trying to convince? Me or you? And then he walks off. So I think at this Oakland stop, I think Team Ward played it a lot more smooth, and they got their jabs off, and it's subtle. But these are going to be things, certain people, if you come at someone, like for me, this is just me. If somebody comes at me and they're screaming, I'm going to do this, I'm going to knock you out, blah, 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 right? That's immediately not going to be as intimidating as somebody who is more subtle, and I know there's a problem, but they're acting cool, calm, and collected. That's for me, because if you're from where I'm from, I've seen that before. I've seen people who do the most barking, and it doesn't equate to nothing. You know what I mean? There's no bite. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, hold me back. Oh, hold me back. Like, and doing all that. And I'm not saying that about Kovalev, because I think Kovalev is a damn good fighter. So I'm not saying he can't do nothing in the rematch or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is I would be more worried about the person who's responding to clear-cut venom in such a cool, calm, collected manner. That's me personally. Like, if let's say I was gonna fight somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I'm rah 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 rah, oh you go get it, and they're just doing a lot of talking, right? And then the other person was just like, all right, we're gonna see, we're gonna find out. Like, what you say? Okay, remember that. Like, and they're just calm. I'll be like, that's someone I gotta watch for. You know what I mean? Because the way they're saying it is they're too chill, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, and they're just like, we're gonna see. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, the bad guys tied him up, and they're right by a pool. It's like a pool scene, and he was asking for a cigarette, and they gave him a cigarette, and he's like, you got a light? You know, Bruce Willis was always smooth in his movies, Die Hard and stuff. And for whatever reason, the bad guy, the villain or whatever, the henchman, it wasn't like the main person, but the henchman punched Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis looked to him, and he said, touch me again, I kill you. Touch me again, I kill you. But he wasn't screaming like, oh! He didn't do that. He just said, touch me again, I kill you. And then he really killed that character in the movie, and he was like, told you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so a lot of people don't have to do all the visual stuff, like the and posting memes and stuff. And I think, again, if you're doing it to no avail, you're kind of losing the battle, unless you do it like Floyd Mayweather or even Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, he's becoming efficient in his trash talk game. You could tell some of the stuff he was saying was probably annoying Nate Diaz, or when Jeremy Stevens was like, oh, when I knock out guys, they go to sleep, and he was like, who the fuck is that? Watch Jeremy Stevens, watch his reaction. He was mad. I mean, the crowd was laughing at him after Conor said, who the fuck is that? Who is that? You know what I mean? But with the Kovalev stuff, Ward chill, walks off after he says his piece. Virgil Hunter got the glasses on, the shades on. You know you're drinking that vodka. You know what I mean? So that's just my honest take on what I've seen. It doesn't necessarily mean anything for the fight. It's a good fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I think this fight should do better commercially based on this. And like I said, to each his own. If Kovalev wants to keep doing whatever, he's free to do that. But I just think, I don't know, it sounds like Ward's team's getting under the skin. That's really what I seen. Other thing is Kovalev, I did a round table with Kovalev. It was like ahead of one of Ward's fights. We sat down, me and different media members in this room in the Oracle, sat down with Kovalev for 45 minutes. And we all just took turns asking questions, right? And Kovalev spoke English the whole interview. There was a couple parts where maybe someone asked him something, he didn't understand it, and then Igis clarified it or like reiterated it in Russian. But it was weird that he did his commentary in Russian. So like he's like, man, it's just, to me it's like kind of like, damn, he must really have to get something off his chest, where he, even though he's pretty good with English, you know what I mean, I can understand everything he says when he talks English for the most part, you know what I mean, and he just felt compelled, like, man, I gotta do this in my native tongue. So I don't know, that to me that stood out. That's to me that's more out of character than how anything you've done to Ward or Kovalev. Like, they haven't, or for Ward's team, I haven't seen Ward really out of character, but to me that was kind of out of character. I know Kovalev speaks English. Post-fight, before the Bernard Hopkins fight, they had Max Kellerman and Bernard Hopkins before the fight was even made, and they're going back and forth like, yeah, I want to fight you. And yeah, Bernard Hopkins, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, he speaks good English, so I don't understand that. And to me, that these little things are out of character, if you will. Like Kovalev being this mad. Usually, even Jean Pascal, like, and that's the thing. You got to understand that Jean Pascal was actually, he was game to the whole trash talking. He said Kovalev's I know Kovalev, he's a racist, and he was like trash talking too. So, you know what I mean, you guys were both doing it. So to see Kovalev this mad, and the other side, they're taking little jabs, but it's nothing like Pascal. They're not biting on the game, you know what I mean? They're not really going down that road with you. They're being pretty cool, you know what I mean? Given you saying like son of Kovalev and you're praying to your God, they're not really responding super negative or like with the same type of bravado, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Jean Pascal was, and to me Kovalev seemed cooler. He was mad at Pascal and he wanted to hurt him, and he would say that, but he didn't seem like this. He didn't seem as over the top. That's my honest opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I had a good time. We'll see what both teams look like and what they have to say at the last final Los Angeles stop. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.